Dominique with main topic, and today's main topic is locks. Today I will show you my technique of twisting, the products that I use, and when we're done, a brief Q&A with my brother and guest, Bill. So first, let's get started.
Before you begin twisting the hair, be sure to get your products. I choose to only use clips and Jamaican mango cream wax on mature locks. This is hair that has been locked for at least 6 months to a year. Hair that has only been locked for 6 months or under, I use Maury's Black Beeswax. This has a stronger hold for hair that is not mature yet, and it will help it stay in place. But there's a wide variety of locking creams, wax, and gels. What you use is up to you and what works best for your hair. Also, if you twist on clean hair, you will not need a lot of product. So, the technique that I'm using is called palm rolling. It's pretty self-explanatory. You place your product on the lock and then you simply roll the lock between the palms of both hands. You want to make sure the hair is clean and still damp. Twisting on damp hair will ensure the locks to roll with less friction. You will also use less product and save time. And all that sounds good to me. Your parts don't have to be perfect. Locked hair kinda just does its own thing. And trying to make the parts perfect will only break the hair and weaken the lock. It also consumes a lot of time, and none of that sounds good. The purpose of retwisting is just to ensure that the hair doesn't become one giant lock. Okay, did you see what I just did with my hand? Here's a quick tip on saving time. Instead of leaving the product in the container, place a large dollop of the product on the back of your hand. That way you're not reaching for the container, you're just swiping a bit of the product off the top of your hand, which is always going to be easier than reaching for the container. Okay, remember when I said not to make the parts perfect? Well, that didn't mean not to make them neat. We're in the front now, so you want to keep things nice and tidy. To make a quick and neat part, use one of your hair clips or the tail end of a rat tail comb. And remember, these are locks. There will be no perfect parts. What's that I'm doing with this lock? Well, normally it would be called a crochet technique, but I don't have a crochet needle, so I'm really just making a loop. The reason why I'm doing this is because my brother tends to have bushy hair, especially right here in this corner. So looping the lock back through like this keeps that bushy hair in place a lot longer. But before we go any further, let's see that again. So all you're going to do is open a hole in the root, pull the end of the lock through the top. But let's see that one more time, because the third time's a charm. Once your lock is in place, you want to guide your hair clip through the lower end of the base of the lock. This will ensure that the lock does not move and it dries in place. Do you see how the end of this lock is split? Well, luckily for people who wear locks, you can always just twist the lock back into another one. This helps to keep the lock from breaking and also to help retain length. What I like to do after I've twisted the lock down is to tie a small knot at the end of it. It doesn't hurt the lock, it just keeps it from coming unraveled. And there's your knot. You can't even tell it's there. That's the beauty of having locks. Everything is just camouflaged. Unfortunately, the video footage for the Q&A came out too dark, but the audio came out just fine. So here's a brief Q&A along with before and after pictures of my brother and guest, Bill.
We're going to do a brief Q&A on what he thinks about locks. So, Bill, first, how long have you had your hair locked?
I've been doing my dress for about 4.5, almost 5 years.
Okay. What made you decide to get your hair twisted and locked?
In college, me and about 4 of my friends were having a rough year, and it's like a friendship bond ritual. We all decided to start growing our dreads, and we've been doing it ever since.
Okay. So, is this something that you think you're going to do with your hair for the rest of your life?
For a while, I've had fades, braids, afros, and everything else, and dreads are that's my favorite.
Okay. What do you think about women with locks?
It really takes a different kind of woman to pull out dreadlocks. She's got to have the total look. She's got to keep them up tight. Guys can go, why would I get the dreads done? But a woman, she's got to keep her dreads up tight all the time.
All the time? She's got to keep her hair done?
Got to keep her hair done.
So what about women that don't have locks? Do they have to keep their hair done too?
Yeah, they can get impressed, but dreads are different. Your hair gets all fuzzy and that makes you tell. But dreads, you got to keep them up tight all the time.
All right, ladies. So, as far as ladies, he is single, he has a job, and if you have locks, you better keep them tight.
Thanks for watching my tutorial on locked mains. If you found this tutorial useful, please don't forget to click the like button below and share with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. If you're interested in more main topics, feel free to subscribe. You can also visit my blog at www.maintopic.wordpress.com, and you can follow me on Twitter @maintopic.